Welcome to the Fantasy Thinker. I'm Jared, and today I am going to be doing just a short review, or more like a introspective, I guess. Just a few thoughts about Destiny's Conflict by Janny Wurts. This is the 10th book in the Wars of Light and Shadow, and it is also book two of the story arc called Sword of the Canon. And this is, we've been having a read along on pagechewing.com with this book for 2.5 years now, and we're almost at the last one, so it's been very exciting. And so, with that in mind, there comes a time in a long, epic fantasy series where the end is in sight, and you start chomping at the bit to hurry up and get there because you gotta know what happens. You've been with this series for so long, and we put so many hours of our time into it, that the intervening stops on the way to the end become long, tense break that provide no relief. It's like driving across the United States. The journey is incredible as you make your way through the various landscapes and sites, but the dust of the road has built up, and you can taste the salt in the air of the other ocean, and you just want to get there and dive in. So, as to compare it to other long series, Destiny Conflict suffers the same fate as Duster's Dreams did with Malazan, and those three books before A Memory of Light in Wheel of Time. It lands in the sphere of a stop along the way that you have to make, but really, you just want to get into the finale. Now, I'm not sure about The Wheel of Time, as I have no plans to reread that series anytime soon. But on my reread of Dust of Dreams, I discovered just how fantastic a book that was all on its own, when I didn't have that looming specter of needing to finish a series hanging over me. I have a feeling that Destiny's Conflict will have similar resonance. This 10th book in a series, also the second book in a story arc, um, Sword of the Canon, it making it even it makes it more difficult to talk about without getting into spoilers, of course. But what I can say though is that Wurts deftly frames the antagonist in this book in a way that makes you dislike the apparatus, yet feel sympathy for the gears, so to speak. The true sect is what the latest iteration of the Alliance of Light is named in this book, and in the previous one. And the leaders of this organization are despicable. But those who make up its core, the soldiers, the cooks, the seamstresses, the armorers, and so on, um, they're just regular folk trying to get by. They are there to survive, and they believe that they are doing what is right by them. You know, so there's no insidiousness there. There's no malice for these people, and it's only, like I said, those who are actually in charge that are ones that are despicable. And so this dissonance of compassion is really what lies at the core of Arathon's continual dilemma. Um, the main character, and he has to strike this balance between doing the right thing, which may or may not be in contrast to the fate of the world. Thus, the title of the book is very apt when it comes to that. It's the conflict of destiny. So, for longtime readers of this series, this chapter in the Wars of Light and Shadow has some like very satisfying conclusions, and there's some great reveals in here as well. What may have been assumed previously about the Fellowship of the Sorcerers there, and the Coriani, and and some other factions that we know about in these books, um, on this world. Yeah, they kind of turned a little bit sideways in here, depending upon what your expectations were. I know my opinion of certain policies and agreements are looking a little bit different now after finishing this book. And so, you know, with those ideas in mind, and without giving any, like I said, without delving into spoilers, this was a really good book, and I am certainly looking forward to Song of the Mysteries. Um, but I can assure you that Destiny's Conflict is a great book on its own and can be enjoyed as such on this epic journey. I think like I said, once it's all out of the way and we look back, and if it was read without that intentional need to finish off a series, I think this book is going to hold up very, very well. All right. And with all that said, once again, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the reviews. And as always, be good to each other, and thank you.